Hello, YouTube. What is going on? It's your boy GZTV back with the TV show content. Obviously, you guys know, for a while we have been watching The Walking Dead, and I'm trying to figure out another video to get out to you guys today. Uzi did just drop some shit for the pink tape, so maybe I'll look at the previews and stuff and give you guys some shit. Otherwise, I'm going to do a top 100 NBA players of the regular season. I think we're about due for that video. The season having ended couple weeks ago, so yeah, I know I look a little scroungy. I just got off work, so we're here with The Walking Dead. We're here with the 14th episode of season 10. Look at the flowers. Obviously, this is the first episode without Alpha, so it's kind of like a turning point for the show. Also, I might have to pull the trigger on some fucking Invincibles because 2K just dropped another pack for those. I don't know, man, but here's the plot. So in a flashback, Carol gives the imprisoned Negan the offer to bring her Alpha's head in exchange for clearing his name. So this is obviously not something that we knew before. We're just kind of learning about the fact that Carol told him to do this, and this was all planned. In the present, Carol places Alpha's disembodied but still moving head atop a pike. Having achieved her goal, obviously Negan did it for her. Negan then demands Carol to hold up her end of the deal, but Carol criticizes how long it took him to complete his mission and tells him he can wait until she's ready or face the community whom he fears. Obviously, he fears. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of fucking selfish of Carol because he went out of his way to kill someone for her, and she doesn't want to hold up her end of the deal. Like, regardless of what happened. Man, my face looks fucking nasty. Is that better? Fuck no, it's not. I still look like a damn fucking suit boy. Like I just got out of a fucking roof or something. Elsewhere, the survivors of the hilltop gather to make sure the children are safe, because obviously that's their main priority. Rosita encourages Eugene to tell the group about his radio contact and planned meeting with Stephanie. She's kind of pushing him to do it because this is something that everyone should probably know, even if I guess it is a little personal. While there are concerns about being led into another trap, they agree Eugene should keep the meeting. Eugene, Ezekiel, and Yumiko set off to a downtown area now. Obviously, originally he was going to go by himself, but that journey kind of takes the episode to go. And yeah, I mean, again, he probably should have went himself because this girl's going to see him and she's going to be like, what the fuck? But yeah, Meanwhile, Beta and two Whispers find Alpha's head. They figure out she's died. My 2K just booted up. Enraged, Beta forces one of the Whisperers to get bitten by the head after he unwisely identifies Beta as the new Alpha. The other Whisperer flees, and there is no new Alpha. Like, they're going to honor her name forever. That's kind of like how it is, I suppose. He then takes the head and travels to his former home in a nearby town, which is something that is honestly interesting. Because we didn't really know, we didn't really know a whole lot about Beta going into this, but now we know kind of his home. In a fit of rage, he destroys much of his former home. Beforehand, Negan goes to free Lydia, but is instead greeted by a punch and interrogated by Daryl. What the hell did you do? The former explains Alpha's fate is his hands, but Daryl doesn't believe him. Like, oh no, you didn't kill Alpha. And Negan's like, yeah, I did, bitch. Like, don't doubt me. Meanwhile, Carol goes off on her own and starts to have visions of Alpha, taunting Carol and comparing her to herself with no solace and in isolation. I mean, obviously, Alpha's going to haunt her for the rest of her life. Really got to her for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing the show did. So that night at the pike where Alpha's head is missing, Negan and Daryl find themselves surrounded by three Whisperers, having learned of Alpha's fate and treating Negan as the new Alpha. Again, there is no new Alpha. Like, Beta made that very clear. But they want to think that. Negan, pretending to go along with the Whisperers to get them off guard, uses the opportunity to kill the Whisperers to prove his loyalty to Alexandria, freeing Daryl in the process. So yeah, Negan is officially an Alexandrian again, no longer a part of the Whisperers. Damn, my teeth are glistening. Why are they so white? That looks crazy on camera. Jesus Christ, I look fucking psychotic. I look like I'm like one of those white girls that got a spray tan. This is all natural, baby. But moving on. Meanwhile, at the nearby town, Beta has been listening to his own music as it is revealed he was a former country music singer named Half Moon. I didn't realize that was actually him on the cover, but now that I think about it, it did look like him. That's kind of crazy. He then turns on his music loudly as to attract a huge horde of walkers. So, yeah, it's interesting. The next morning, when Carol gets briefly trapped in the rubble of a collapsing ceiling with a walker approaching, the vision of Alpha suggests to Carol that she looks at the flowers. She look at the flowers and accept death, but Carol breaks free in time to put down the walker. The vision of Alpha disperses. She finally kind of overcomes this vision, this haunting. I guess that maybe that's what that signifies. Within the city, after discovering a tableau of walkers arranged in humorous situations, Ezekiel, Eugene, and Yumiko encounter a young woman excited to see them. We're not sure if this is Stephanie or someone else, but meanwhile, Beta, having achieved catharsis, thanks Alpha, puts the head down, and uses part of her skin to repair his mask, kind of as some homage in memoriam. Beta then starts to lead the massive horde towards a new destination, and so now we're kind of setting up for the end of the season where Beta's getting revenge. So yeah, obviously, the development of characters like Carol, Negan, and Beta were great. Obviously, some strong points in the critiques here. Pretty good episode, honestly. 88%, 6.8 out of 10, 17 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Look at the Flowers dives back into the conflict between the Hilltop crew and the Whisperers with a richly introspective episode that explores the far-reaching impact of Alpha's demise. Yeah, the character development of Negan. I mean, Negan, despite everything, is still funny. Eugene has never not been funny, particularly when Josh McDermott starts motoring his mouth around that very thick dialogue provided by Channing Powell's excellent script. Yeah, this episode's great. So, Carol wrote a letter to Maggie about Alpha. I'm really hoping Maggie shows up in the next episode. That was interesting to watch Alpha tell Carol her thoughts. And, yeah, that would be cool to see Maggie return to the series because we're kind of needing that. Obviously, we have people like Daryl, Carol, Rosita, Eugene, kind of from that OG group. But, we need a driver. Someone like Maggie, and Maggie's still alive, so I think this is the perfect opportunity for her to come back. B- in the AV Club, a good portion of it worked at least reasonably well. This is partially thanks to a script that only overcooked half the dialogue scenes. Look at the Flowers was mostly an episode to set up the coming events, and boy, we're in for a wild ride to the finish line. I can't wait to see how they end this. The performance by Jeffrey Dean Morgan is great. Allowing Jeffrey Dean Morgan the chance to play up multiple sides of Negan is quite effective. 7 out of 10 on IGN. Though some of Carol's meandering and Ezekiel's trek felt trite, Look at the Flowers was still busy enough overall to plant seeds for more interesting things to come. It was a cool down chapter, but an effective one. Beta. Let's talk about Beta. This was mostly a very good episode. Beta is a very scary guy, and the end suggests that the full force of his wrath and vengeance is about to be unleashed on our heroes, and that's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait to see how this season's going to end. The Walking Dead is finally starting to be interesting again, and I let it cook, because most people were kind of talking shit about this and stopped watching it, but I've kind of, in a way, I think I've kind of given it a chance a little bit. I mean, I knew this whole time I was going to watch the end of the series, but yeah, I think this is a good thing what I've done. We're getting some pretty solid television, so leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will be seeing you guys in the future. Every single episode, every other day will pretty much be covered. I'm going to Lollapalooza this summer. That's a dope-ass announcement, isn't it? I mean, I can't wait. Ken Carson, Kendrick Lamar, Destroy Lonely, JID, Pusha T, all those guys. So, I'm out, guys. Have a good rest of your day.